This is my Gacha In Drawbricks that existed since 2020. It is a crossover between Lunime Gacha and Bruno Sousa's Drawbricks. In 2021, I did this. This is my Gacha in Puyo Puyo Versus that uses the term character mods. Character mods for Puyo Puyo Versus of Hernan ZH are made with Gacha Club. It is the best known Gacha crossover I have ever made, yet people only can use it on PC. And this is my Gacha in Fallen Light Blocks. It uses the term character field themes. Themes for Fallen Light Blocks of Benjamin M. Scott are also made with Gacha Club. But there's one more Gacha crossover, which is the only forgotten one. We'll find out what it is after the introduction. But let's have shoutouts first. Shoutouts to two of the contributors to the Gacha in Puyo Puyo Versus, Klug to Puyo to Sonic and Edge Black Sword. And the random 4 people, Strawberry Kiwi Wolf, Plotagon Gacha Life Flip-a-Clip Plushie, Blood Moon Alpha, and Darky Girl. And let's get started. In Anything Livestream number 24 in Sesquipedalian PH, I just remembered a Gacha crossover which started to exist back in 2019. I went to Facebook Messenger to search a chat with a video which I recalled after a long time. I was finding and finding until... Whoa. Wait a second.
No! Oh my god! I did it! Ah!
Yeah. Finally, I found a video in a group chat in my Facebook Messenger named Ingay Squad, which I sent back on August 10, 2019, the date when I was using my Huawei Y6 Pro 2019. Finally, as I realized, the forgotten Gacha crossover I'm going to talk about for this video has been finally remembered after an estimated duration of 1 year and 11 months, or almost 2 years. I legitimately made it, yet it was never uploaded in the first year anniversary of Eric Lenovo, also known as Eric Lenovo monotonously with the epoch name of Plus 2nd edition. Yes, I'm its founder. There are my 4 old Gacha Life OCs known as First Era OCs in this preview, which are Eric Lenovo myself, Exafluoride Abigail, Sinon Berelia, and Ron Hercules Brahminus. And this crossover is now called Gacha In Classic Blocks, abbreviated GICB. What does it mean? A content in which the Gacha of Lunime and Classic Blocks, an Android Tetris game themed in retro that is developed by Hero Fight Forever with a version 108.0 and the package name com.youngwoo.tetris 099, interact with or cross over each other. Classic Blocks, themed in retro, follows some of the super rotation system rule, the official Tetris guideline, and has no hold, one preview, one-way piece rotation, no back-to-back rule. It's game over mechanism in which if a block reaches the 20th row, you lose the game, and the basic scoring system. It is different compared to its crossover counterpart, Gacha in Falling Light Blocks. That in Falling Light Blocks, modern mode follows most of the SRS and has two-way rotation, hold Q, back-to-back rule. Its game over mechanism in which if a piece glitches with placed blocks in the field, you lose the game, and its own scoring system. How did I make it in 2021? I used my APK editor to modify. When I was modifying the APK Android app package file of Classic Blocks version 108.0, which I downloaded from the web, I got a .png file I must modify, the kernel_bg.png, and another .png file which is the in-game background I must also modify, the background4.png. I used Pixellab to edit the two PNGs. First is the kernel_pg.png, the in-game Tetris field. I was struggling to find the exact odd numbers of horizontal and vertical guides for the 10x20 field until I typed the numbers of 39 horizontal guides and 19 vertical guides. The formula to find them that has to be separately calculated is double either the number of rows or columns, then subtracted by 1. When I was creating outline boxes, I was struggling again because I was encountering a Pixellab bug that a merged layer of rows is completely visible when all outlined boxes that I was gonna merge by accident were all set invisible that I forgot to make them all visible. And a toast message of error appeared. And even if I undid many times, nothing just resolved. So I had to recreate a new box, copy itself 9 times, then merge into one layer to form a row, and copy a row 19 times to form the whole Tetris grid. After making the Tetris grid, I put into the Tetris field. As the first second era OC, this 2021 sent her to the back, erased her green background, and emphasized her with outlines.
To make it better, I had to darken it by more or less 50%. Darkening the Tetris field is optional. You can whether or not do it.
Before exporting, I had to check its correct resolution. The resolution of the kernel or Tetris field must be 504 by 1004. After making the whole Tetris field with Flow herself included, I then edited the background4.png, the in-game background. In just one step after importing it, I changed the whole itself to green screen. Note that editing the whole in-game background is optional if you want to record a screen video as a video layer with chroma key. I checked the resolution that must be 320 by 680 and then exported it. Okay, after editing the two PNGs, I went back to the APK editor. Then I replaced the background4.png and kernel_bg.png with the newer modified ones. And finally, I installed my modified APK file of Classic Blocks. And we're done. And yeah, let's play this. There! Floralendi has existed in Classic Blocks. Not just her being in it, but anyone can be in it. The forgotten Gacha in Classic Blocks has finally been remembered after almost 2 years of not being on my Gacha crossovers lineup. And this is the first GICB video ever uploaded in this channel. It is known as the counterpart of Gacha in Falling Light Blocks in terms of the Tetris game. Okay, gathering up the Gacha crossovers I founded. I now have Gacha in Classic Blocks from 2019 Gacha In Drawbricks from 2020, Gacha In Puyo Puyo Versus, and Gacha In Fallen Light Blocks both in 2021. And that's all for this documentary. You can feel free to comment down, like or dislike, share it, and subscribe to this channel. This is Eric James and Eric Lenovo. I'll see you next time. Adios!